The Road Warriors. Because the Road Warriors, where is it? I know it off the top of my head, but I'll prove it. The Road Warriors were making $10,400 a week each, and Paul Ellering was making $5,000 a week. And that was a holdover from the contracts from Crockett when they were the biggest tag team box office attraction in the business, and they were drawing that money. And there was two things about the Warriors that people never got. Number one, they always tried to match them with like Warlord and Barbarian or some team that was going to be physically, so it was like the irresistible force and immovable object, which
similar,
didn't work because the only way the Road Warriors, and I love Hawk and Animal, I'm not knocking them, they were huge draws, and this was the key to them drawing, and I'm about to put them over. They had to be against heels that had so much heat that you wanted to see those heels killed. Whether it be the Midnight Express thrown off the scaffold, or whether it be the Horsemen like Tully and Arn or Flair, or whatever combination of the Horsemen that could take bumps for them and make them look like they were unbeatable. And then they would sell in the context of the match, but then they would go over and triumph in the end. When you put them with two guys that were just as big and just as strong, it was just this, and it didn't fucking work. Yeah. And secondly, at this point, Herd felt they were making way too much money, and to be quite honest, for the shape the business was in,
yeah.
The Rock could not have drawn for this fucking company. But they wanted to get away from Herd. And the contract negotiations, well, it didn't go anywhere because Herd wasn't going to get anywhere near that amount of money, and I don't think they wanted to stay even if they got the same amount of money. So they finished up on May 25th was their last day, I believe, or 26th. But we worked with them in Memphis on May 24th and St. Louis on May 25th. And here's once again how fucked up Herd was in the head. They come in Memphis, and Hawk and Animal both said, Bobby and Stan and me, and said, you guys are from here. Why the fuck are we beating you? We're leaving. You guys are from here. We'll put you over. Okay. And I mean, there was interference, and there was racket, and there was chaos and everything, but that 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring, I think the Midnight Express are the only team that ever beat them by pinfall in their NWA run. Find me another instance of that, right? But they did it voluntarily to return the favor to us for what we'd done for them in our hometown of Memphis. And the next night we go to St. Louis. Of course, it wasn't on TV and everything. It had pay-per-view, been a different story. Next night we go to St. Louis. Herd had found out that they switched the finish, and the team that was leaving put the team that was staying over. He got hot, and he demanded that they win. Yes, motherfucker. So Hawk and Animal got together, and they had negotiated the deal for Paul also, because he was part of the team. So they got together and said, all right, motherfucker, we will win, but we're not going to beat the Midnight Express. So they did a finish where even though me and Paul were just the managers out on the floor at ringside, they jerked me in, and Paul pinned me. Because they refused, the Road Warriors, and I give them all the credit in the world, the Road Warriors refused to win a match for the only time in history.
Wow.
But that's how fucking far off Herd was in his fucking head. And then they were, so we got El Gigante and lost the Road Warriors. So now the talent that is over, he's denied the people Tully Blanchard, he's marginalized the fucking Horsemen, he's run off the Road Warriors. But we're getting El Gigante and JYD and things.
How did Paul come to return here in 1990?
You know, I don't really. It was on the, as a matter of fact, it was on the Louisville Slugger, on syndication. I interviewed Teddy Long and Mark and Paulie. I don't remember how the deal was made for him to come back. I was off the committee by that point. I don't remember where Paul had been.